Ever wondered how hackers stay ahead of the game and outsmart their adversaries? Well, it's all thanks to a little-known concept called competitive intelligence. Just as businesses use competitive intelligence to understand their market and competition, hackers use it to gain an edge over their targets and rivals. Competitive intelligence in hacking involves gathering and analyzing information about potential targets, their vulnerabilities, and the countermeasures they might have in place. This allows hackers to anticipate and even exploit weaknesses before they're even discovered by their targets. It's a constant game of cat and mouse, where being one step ahead can mean the difference between success and failure. This approach isn't just for the bad guys, though. Cybersecurity professionals also use competitive intelligence to spot potential threats and devise effective defense strategies. In the world of hacking, knowledge isn't just power, it's survival. Remember when Sony Pictures fell victim to a massive hack in 2014? That's right, we're diving into the infamous Sony hack, a case study that illustrates how competitive intelligence can be wielded by hackers to devastating effect. The year was 2014. Sony Pictures was riding high in the world of entertainment, but behind the scenes, a storm was brewing. A group of hackers known as the Guardians of Peace had set their sights on Sony. They had one goal: to exploit Sony's cybersecurity vulnerabilities and cause chaos. So, how did they do it? Through competitive intelligence. The hackers patiently gathered information about Sony's cybersecurity practices, identifying weak spots and learning how to exploit them. They studied the company's network architecture, analyzed its security protocols, and scrutinized its employees' online behavior. Armed with this intelligence, they launched an attack that crippled Sony's network, leaked unreleased films, and exposed sensitive data. Their techniques were as chilling as they were effective. They used spear phishing emails to deceive Sony employees into revealing their passwords. They exploited zero-day vulnerabilities, which are flaws in software that are unknown to those who should be interested in mitigating the vulnerability, including the vendor of the software. They even used destructive malware to erase data and incapacitate Sony's network. This incident underscores the importance of strong cybersecurity practices. Sony's defenses were found wanting, and the company paid a hefty price. The hack cost Sony an estimated $15 million in the immediate aftermath, not to mention the reputational damage and the loss of trust from customers and partners. But there's a broader lesson here. The Sony hack highlighted how competitive intelligence, when used maliciously, can inflict serious damage. It showed that hackers are not just opportunistic predators, but strategic operators who use intelligence to identify and exploit vulnerabilities. The Sony hack serves as a stark reminder of the destructive potential of competitive intelligence in the wrong hands. It's a sobering example of why we need to stay vigilant, continually update our cybersecurity practices, and ensure we're not the next Sony. So, how can competitive intelligence be used for good? Well, it's no secret that the world of cybersecurity is a game of cat and mouse. In this digital age, cybersecurity professionals are the guardians of our data, and they use competitive intelligence as one of their key tools to protect us. Competitive intelligence in this context is about understanding the enemy, the hackers. This involves analyzing their tactics, techniques, and procedures, often abbreviated as TTPs. By studying these TTPs, cybersecurity professionals can anticipate potential hacking attempts and put measures in place to counter them. Let's break this down. Imagine a chess game where you can predict your opponent's next move. You'd probably win, right? That's essentially the advantage competitive intelligence gives in cybersecurity. It's about understanding the hacker's mindset, their strategies, and their preferred methods of attack. For instance, if a specific type of malware is trending among hackers, cybersecurity professionals can use this intelligence to fortify their systems against that particular threat. Or, if a certain vulnerability is being exploited frequently, they can prioritize patching that weakness. Moreover, competitive intelligence isn't just about defense. It's also used proactively to identify potential threats before they materialize. For example, cybersecurity professionals might monitor hacker forums or dark web marketplaces to pick up on emerging threats. Think of it as a kind of digital reconnaissance, allowing them to stay one step ahead of the hackers. But remember, competitive intelligence isn't a silver bullet. It's just one piece of the cybersecurity puzzle. It must be used in conjunction with other strategies like robust encryption, multi-factor authentication, and ongoing staff training. In conclusion, competitive intelligence is a powerful tool in the arsenal of cybersecurity professionals. It allows them to understand their adversaries, anticipate their moves, and respond effectively. This is the essence of modern cybersecurity. Not just reacting to threats, but anticipating and preparing for them. By turning the tables and using competitive intelligence proactively, cybersecurity professionals can stay one step ahead of hackers. So, what have we learned about competitive intelligence in hacking today? We've explored the intriguing concept of competitive intelligence, a strategy that's not just for the boardrooms and marketplaces, but has found its place in the dark alleys of hacking and cybersecurity. It's the art and science of collecting and analyzing information about competitors and the overall environment, this time with a focus on cyber threats. We dove into the infamous Sony hack, a real-world example that unveiled the indispensable role of competitive intelligence in hacking. Sony's unfortunate experience highlighted how hackers used competitive intelligence to exploit vulnerabilities in the company's cyber defenses. They knew exactly where to strike, what to exploit, and how to cause the most damage. This case underscores the importance of understanding that hackers aren't just tech-savvy individuals, but strategic players who leverage competitive intelligence to achieve their goals. But it's not all doom and gloom. Competitive intelligence is also a powerful tool in the hands of cybersecurity professionals. It's their secret weapon to anticipate potential threats, understand the strategies of cyber adversaries, and develop robust defenses. By staying informed about the latest hacking techniques, cybersecurity teams can counteract attempts to breach their systems. Remember the saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer? In the context of cybersecurity, it means understanding the hackers as much as we understand our own systems. It's about knowing their techniques, their tools, their strategies, and their motivations. This knowledge, this competitive intelligence, empowers us to build stronger defenses, make informed decisions, and ultimately stay one step ahead in this ever-evolving cyber battlefield. In the digital age, the battle between hackers and cybersecurity professionals is a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. And in this game, competitive intelligence is the secret weapon.